There we go.
Everyone has take.
Everybody. You got a ball bot. Oh, come on.
Down 3 here.
No.
There
okay.
it is.
Let's go.
Yes.
Right. Lights
All
are bright.
right.
All right.
Get the
1920.
stop here.
So I got it in me. That's a tough one. Come on.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Let's go. You can tie here. No. No.
You're very invested in this game.
No. Oh, last second win for the 2K25 color athlete.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the WNBA.
The WNBA on 2K Sports. Welcome in, everybody. And tonight, it'll be the Seattle Storm going up against the New York Liberty. This is Blake Zuniga alongside Tim Swartz and Brian Vanapateni. And we're excited for some 2K hoops. And the excitement of a new WNBA season really hasn't worn off yet.
Well, you think, training camp happened, preseason happened, so these teams, they're still getting up to full speed. Some are clicking, others are still fine-tuning, but it's very exciting either way.
Well, soon enough, everyone will be rolling, and then the competition starts to get real fierce.
Now here's Diggin Smith. Ogumake, and there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot, and it will go to the line.
On the floor, Nneka Ogumake can be so imposing. She's got a clear height advantage over many players, but she knows how to fight for her shots.
When it comes to Nneka Ogumake, is it fair to say that she's one of the league's most reliable scorers?
Oh, no question. During her 15 seasons in the WNBA, she's averaged more than double-digit points per game every year, and there's no signs of slowing down anytime soon.
And she knocks down the first one. And with how great she's been for over a decade now, it kind of feels like Nneka Ogumake is underrated.
I agree with that 100%. I mean, she's finished top 10 in MVP voting the last 2 years, is basically the textbook stretch big, and Nneka's done incredible work off the floor with the Players Association.
And that's good as she hits both shots. And this Liberty team, of course, features Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, and Sabrina Ionescu. How about that big three?
One of the best we've ever seen. Stewie and Jones are former MVPs, and Ionescu could win one pretty soon herself. This is a loaded roster.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Pass to Ionescu.
Pulls up.
They get it back.
Oh, for my money, Stewart, the toughest assignment in the league.
First personal foul.
Number 1 overall pick in 2016, Brianna Stewart continues to be a big-time player in the W.
Well, her transition from Connecticut to the WNBA was seamless. She won Rookie of the Year and established herself as a star right from the jump. Now, as a veteran, Stewie remains one of the most dominant players in the league.
And she makes the first. What you gotta love about Stewie, she's a flat-out winner at every single level.
Yeah, she led Connecticut to 4 consecutive national championships. She's won multiple gold medals, WNBA Finals MVP in 2018 and 2020. I mean, what more can you ask for? Well, something that's always stood out to me about Brianna Stewart, not only her incredible skill, but she just has phenomenal handles for a player with her length.
That's what I call pretty passive. Timely recognition as to where the open teammate was.
Lainey Hamilton up top. She's guarded by Williams.
After the first 3 misses, I thought they'd get one here, but they just still can't connect.
Pass to Diggin Smith. Outside Williams. Just 5 on the clock. From about 19 feet. Jump shot is good that time. Here's Ionescu. Outside, Lainey Hamilton.
That'll be
And
3
she was
seconds.
camped there in the lane, and she gets the 3-second call. First quarter ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Left side, Diggins Smith. Horston. Shot clock at 5. The kick out to Williams. Shoots over Lainey Hamilton. Williams can't get it to go. New York trailing here. Sabrina Ionescu from outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
Took some time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now. Let's see.
Pass to Horston. Now Ogumake. Outside, Diggins Smith. And she can't answer
Indian
back.
turnover.
The three-pointer
Score
offline.
ball.
Seattle with the ball. Took him no time at all on that one.
Yes.
I know Diggins Smith is a student of the game because she's always learning more ways to pick apart defenses.
Now here is Stewart. Here's Lainey Hamilton. And again, it's the Liberty from deep.
There's no excuse for leaving a shooter like her open beyond the arc. None.
Pass to Magvigor. Good defensive work by Jonquel Jones. Bebish. Horston defending. Ionescu outside. And again, it's the Liberty from deep.
She's hit the ground running here in the first quarter and just has put together a nice quarter offensively.
Here's Diggins Smith. Rebound New York.
You see defenders afraid to get in her way a lot of times when she's on her way to the bucket, but not that time.
Now here is Ionescu. Guarded by Diggins Smith. 6 to shoot. Here's Stewart. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so
First
she'll shoot
personal
2.
foul.
Strong
Second
play
team
drawing
foul.
contact at 6'4". It's very hard to stop Stewart without fouling her when she gets
2
inside.
shots.
And the first one falls for her. Well, she moved on from the Storm in 2023, but still, Breanna Stewart is a legend in Seattle, and there's no doubt she always will be.
I mean, in her 6 years with the Storm, 2 titles, an MVP, first team All-League 4 times. You throw in the first ever Commissioner's Cup that they won, and Stewie was the MVP. It was an unreal run for her in the Pacific Northwest.
Now here's Magvigor. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Stolen by Jones. Here's the break. Here's Stewart. And she lays it straight in.
What a move. Watching Stewart doing things like that, you can forget she's 6'4".
To the paint. Stolen by Jones. Stewart inside. Ogumake's there. And it's Stewart missing.
They haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Ionescu has it. She's got 6. Here's Lainey Hamilton. Second chance shot. And Jones with the lay-in.
Well, Jones has a talent for owning the boards. Here she keeps the play alive and finishes it strong.
The Storm trail. Here's Diggins Smith. It's rebounded by Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah, her touch has deserted her this quarter. Nowhere to be found.
Pass to Bebish. From outside the arc. The shot that time not on target.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
From deep, Skylar Diggins Smith. And Jones pulls it down.
She is going to buy herself a ticket to the bench if she keeps shooting like she has this quarter so far.
And so it looks like Liberty will retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
On defense, Seattle. 6-point game. New York, no good that time either. Now here's Horston. She's guarded closely. Inside. On the wing, Jordan Horston. Soft touch off the glass.
The plan worked perfectly that possession. Get it inside, get the high percentage shot.
Jones outside. Zebish. Pass to Burke. Sinks the three-pointer. And here's Mule. And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. 8 points.
Neko Bumake, a good look. Rebound, New York.
Can't get a much better look than
2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, no way you expect her to miss that shot.
Pass to Stewart. Just 5 to shoot. Ionescu up top. They get it back. Stewart can't hit. Here's Mule. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Vivians. Mule. Here's Ogumake. She drains it in as the shot clock ticks down.
No question, Ogumake knows how to move inside. Runs into some contact, but goes right up to finish strong.
Here's Stewart. The shot is good. It's her second bucket in 5 tries.
That's one way she can finish, but far from the only way. She's got all types of tricks up her sleeve.
Here's Ogumake. Second shot opportunity. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding the range. She is 1 for 5. And that one's good.
That was a heads-up play by Stewart. Look, the bottom line, she's a playmaker.
6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Victoria Vivians for 3.
Victoria
Gets a three-pointer to fall. New York leading. Now here is Ionescu. She has 6. Let's go. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Liberty out front, up 6. And the second quarter is on the way when we return. The second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Liberty performance here. Guys, what are your thoughts?
I think the roof is up, but get some people some umbrellas. It has been raining in here. A lot of threes.
Yeah, you know I'm a huge umbrella guy, but hey, when it rains, it pours. And they haven't let up from beyond the arc.
Now Cloud. Pass to Burke. Outside Stewart. Now here's Cloud. There's the triple. Comes out of the gate empty. Victoria Vivians on the wing. Guarded by Davis. And that's good. A nice job on the glass, and they pick up the 2 on the second effort.
Perseverance, it always pays off on the offensive glass.
Now here's Cloud. To the middle. Sabali, no good.
Well, this is why you need good defenders inside contesting shots.
Yeah, making every shot a tough shot, even in tight.
And when you look at Erica Wheeler, she's played for quite a few teams throughout her career.
A true journey woman, from being undrafted to making it to the WNBA to playing overseas. She's done it all. And that kind of experience is why she's so respected around the league.
Here's Burke. She's got 5. Outside Sabali. From deep. The offensive rebound. Good on the bucket.
Crashes the glass with effort and intensity. Stewart loves turning boards into buckets.
They really want to find that igniter here.
That's right. Their offense is ground to a standstill.
Maybe you need to suit up, Tim. They need a spark. It's
Assisted.
good.
Victoria
2
Vivians.
minutes now played in this second quarter. Pass to Cloud. Sinks the triple.
Well, she sets up so many of her teammates. Nice to see Cloud being the one getting the pass.
Here's Wheeler. Victoria Vivians on the wing. Clock at 6. Here's Wheeler. The rebound by the Liberty.
And they continue to control the glass.
I think they've been the more physical team, guys, and that's why they're ahead.
Usually the more physical, more aggressive team wins the game.
Now here's Vivians. And the foul called on Cloud.
Natasha Cloud.
That's her first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Clark outside. Gets it to go from
Alicia
downtown.
Clark. 3 points.
A respected distance shooter, Clark's impact to her team can be felt from all over the court.
Now here is Stewart. She's got 10. Here's Sabali. That shot off the mark. Ezzy Magbagor, nice defense. Pass to Mule. Back to Clark. Over Davis. Rebounded by Davis. Now here's Cloud. She's covered by Mule. Back to Sabali. Davis with it. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer, Brianna Stewart. The three-pointer is on target.
She has shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves.
Time called here. The Storm decide to talk it over. Well, after missing the postseason in 2023, the Storm got 2 stars in free agency.
It was a quick reload in Seattle, signing 8-time All-Star Nneka Ogwumike. She was all WNBA last year. Plus, they got the experienced, savvy, excellent point guard Skylar Diggins-Smith, 4 times first-team All-WNBA.
Now here's Diggins-Smith. Pass to Magbagor. Williams inside, guarded by Davis.
Solid job by the defense to get in her way as she was going up to the rim.
And so she draws the foul on the shot. Trip to the line to shoot 2.
First personal
And when you
foul.
look at the rich
First
history
team
of the
foul.
Liberty, last year was their strongest team yet.
The most regular season games the Liberty ever won was 23. Until last year, when they won 32. Brianna Stewart won MVP, beating the Aces for the Commissioner's Cup. But in the almighty WNBA Finals, the Liberty fell to the Aces in 4 games.
First free throw is good. Well, New York won that 2020 lottery, and their prize, man, it was a great one. Sabrina Ionescu.
Well, she was the first piece, right? And she endured some tough times. But her talent and overall play helped attract Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, and other key players.
Now here's Diggins-Smith. Clark, defended by Stewart. Pass to Magbagor. So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. Shots next.
First personal foul.
Well, one of the most
Second team foul.
improved players in the league
At the
is
line for the
Magbagor.
Storm.
Oh, remember,
Ezzy
she
Magbagor.
was just 20 when she entered the WNBA. Most others are 22, 23, you even see some 24, 25-year-olds. So while she wasn't elite her first 2 years, she was the youngest player in the league. So we've seen the improvement, and now Ezzy, she's one of the best defensive players in the game.
The first one falls. And last year, the Storm missed the playoffs for the first time since 2015.
Yeah, well, it's tough when you lose arguably the best player in the league, as Brianna Stewart went to New York in free agency. So Seattle was just looking for an identity last year.
And so she makes both from the line. And in 2023, the Liberty made their long-awaited return to the WNBA Finals.
It's crazy to think about it, guys, but that was their first trip to the finals in 21 years. And despite it being the Liberty's 5th finals appearance, still no titles. Incredible when you think this is an original WNBA franchise and the amount of stars and Hall of Famers they've had over the years.
Now here's Wheeler. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Pass to Diggins Smith. And again, it's the Storm missing.
So many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one, Tim.
Yeah, Brian, their effort on the glass, it has given them the advantage. It's made a difference without question.
Now here's Lainey Hamilton. 10-point lead. This is their biggest lead.
The second she got around the pick and shook her man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very well done.
Here's Clark. Right side, Wheeler. It's tipped. Pass to Stewart. But she stays with it. Gabby Williams with the steal. Outside, Diggins Smith. From down in the low post, it goes.
We're getting a good look at Diggins Smith's crafty handle. She's good at creating off the dribble.
New York calls timeout.
Section wants a T-shirt.
And it's New York's ball. Pass to Phoebish. Here's Ionescu. Guarded by Diggins Smith. Here's Jones. And a great assist that time by Sabrina Ionescu as that one goes in.
A face-up forward/center with an ever-expanding skill set. Jones is a bright young star.
Now here's Diggins Smith. Outside Williams. Pass to Horston. Diggins Smith. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team, and that 10-rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Not to mention what it says on the scoreboard, they're really pushing them around.
Lainey Hamilton up top. And again, it's the Liberty from deep.
That 6'6" height coming in handy for Jones, able to see the floor well and rotate into the open player.
Pass to Williams. And here's Agumake. Well, when you talk about the greatest organizations in this league, Seattle has a strong margin.
Well, they've got 4 titles, which is tied for the most of all time. And since their first title back in 2004, they've only missed the playoffs 3 times in 20 years.
No good on the free throw.
Really contributes to her team. Ezzy, versatile on the floor.
And the Storm making a change here. That one is no good.
In the second quarter, they've had the right approach. Driving, drawing contact, and creating opportunities at the line.
Well, when all else fails, getting to the charity stripe can really be a great way to change the momentum in a game.
Let you regroup, stops the clock.
Now here's McMagor. Stolen by Sabrina Ionescu. Stewart. She's covered by Agumake. Pass to Ionescu. Here's Lainey Hamilton. They get it again. Stewart. Add basket number 6 to her stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
They've shown some strength in the paint. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly, guys. They've been absolutely dominant.
And again, it's the Storm missing. Here's Phoebish. Horston defending. Phoebish shot is off.
Well, good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is. And we just saw it right there, didn't we? Without her presence, that's an easy 2 points.
Now here's Lainey Hamilton. 10 points for her. Shot clock at 6. And she drops in the layup off the pass.
How good is that? And she can make a defender look foolish and moves like that.
A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close.
31.
Liberty out in front, up 19. And we'll see you right after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Welcome back to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the final 2 quarters. What a game we're seeing from Brianna Stewart.
Quite simply, she's been terrific. This is just what they need from her.
And a double-double in just one half of basketball? You can't ask for anything more as a coach, teammate, or fan.
Hello and welcome back. Third quarter just about to get going, and what has been a runaway of a game so far. Now here's Lainey Hamilton. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Count that one.
No one in this league is blocking that shot from Jones. The teardrop from her height, it's deadly.
Outside, Diggins Smith. Here's Horston. The 19-footer is on the money. Here's Ionescu. Good D by Neko Gumake.
And she continues to search for her rhythm. It's eluded her so far.
Here's Williams. Shot comes out. Good defense there by Benijah Lainey Hamilton. Bebish, Horston defending. Bebish with the bucket.
They continue to get it inside. The defense struggling to just contain them.
And look, when you make 5 in a row from in tight like they have, it also just takes pressure off of your perimeter guys.
Great point.
And she was fouled on the way up. 2 throws for her.
When you watch Nneka McKay, you just marvel at the combination of physical strength and agility. Good luck stopping her without fouling her.
And this is her third and fourth free throw attempts of the game here. And the first one at the line is good. Both good at the line. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Pass to Bebish. Jones. Here's Ionescu. And she hits the jumper for 2.
And Ionescu recognizes her role on this squad. Her team wants her to score and score often.
You want to talk about a well-rounded player? Sabrina Ionescu can really do it all.
And we knew this about her early on. She was the only player in college basketball history, male or female, with 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 1,000 assists. I mean, think about that for a moment. She is a special, special talent.
They're enjoying a commanding lead.
And you know the best part? It gives them an opportunity to give their starters a rest.
Yeah, they might not have to come back in. Now here is Stewart. She's got 20. Here's Ogumake. And it's Brianna Stewart with the rebound.
Yeah, remember that. And that's not an opportunity. She fails to convert very often.
Ionescu outside. Bebish. Horston defending. Offensive board. Jones can't hit. And here are the Storm now. And they've been struggling here offensively.
Bit of a dry spell for sure.
Up top, Williams. Lady Hamilton covering. 4 on the shot clock. Tries it from 16. Yep, that one goes.
Wow, Matt Moore showing some shooting ability.
Now here is Ionescu. He's tightly guarded. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Pass to Horston. Ogumake with the ball. They get a hand on it. On the wing, Neko Ogumake for 3. And that one's good as Horston.
Well, she's shot a very good percentage today, and her team has needed every last bit of it.
Timeout called the Liberty.
Noticing the squad was getting a bit worn out there, and coach called time to let them grab a drink and revitalize.
No question who's been in control of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They've really taken charge.
Here's Jones. Makes it off the glass.
And you can tell Jones knows when it's time to dominate. Go inside and take charge of the paint.
Clark outside. Pass to Williams. 5 to shoot. For Ionescu. Williams can't get it to go. And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assists.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too.
Gotta respect the toughness Ionescu brings to the hardwood. She's always a threat to convert those difficult and one plays.
First trip to the free throw line for her tonight. For Sabrina Ionescu, her three-point shooting took a massive leap in year 4.
Well, you know, it's something Ionescu has worked very hard on. You look at her first 3 years in the league, she shot just 33% from deep. But year 4, that percentage shot up to 45%, and it was on major volume. Sabrina leading the WNBA in three-pointers made.
Davis, first personal foul, second team foul. At the line for the Storm, Jordan Horston. 2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Falls, so she hits both of them.
Some great free throw shooting so far here in the second half.
They should keep trying to initiate contact to get back to the line until they start missing from there. But as it is, they are perfect so far.
You get the points and you stop the clock.
That's how you do it.
New York, no good that time either.
She may have been surprised to find herself so open, and maybe that's why she missed.
And that one's good. Horston.
I like the playmaking from Vivian. That's something your coaches want to see more out of her.
Ionescu has it. 11 points in the game. Pass to Sabali. Cloud. Shoots over Diggins Smith. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Ionescu. Here's Sabali. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
This defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. Their offense in the paint hasn't been up to par. That is such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game.
Up top, Cloud, guarded by Diggins Smith.
Seattle foul. Alicia Clark. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And one thing we can all agree on, we are fired up for the WNBA to come to the Bay Area in 2025.
100%. I mean, I grew up in the Bay Area. It's something I've always wanted, a WNBA team here in the Bay. Everybody has always wanted that.
And it's going to be a party at Chase Center. I can't wait to see this team get to action, and I know I'll be there opening day.
And good on both. And here is Diggins Smith. Now a timeout called by Seattle.
Really, they're not pleased at all with the looks they've given up inside, and they want to talk to the team about tightening things up defensively.
Well, that's what's got to happen, and I'm sure the coaches will let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and that's a recipe for disaster.
On defense, New York. A 21-point lead, the biggest in this game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Horston. Rebound, New York. Here's Burke. He has 5. Banked in off the glass.
Wow. You don't see her make plays like that very often, but that was a nice move there for the basket.
And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead her to the rim with a pass like that.
Pass to Ionescu. And so here's a trip to the line. Official saw the contact.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
It's going to go on Alicia Clark.
Not afraid of a little physicality. Ionescu is clever at drawing contact when she gets near the rim.
And the first one drops.
You got to admire how Sabrina Ionescu can do it all. She can score, distribute, grab rebounds. Whatever you need, she can do it. And that kind of versatility is just invaluable.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
They've yet to miss, so yeah, you really can't do any better.
Outside Vivians. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer McGregor doesn't go for her. And so it's New York with it. A nice shot by Stewart.
Another bucket from Stewart, who's having a nice game offensively. She's a well-rounded player.
Now here's Diggins Smith, covered by Ionescu. A nice shot by Diggins Smith. And they're making this a runaway.
Yeah, the only question here for us to follow is how big the lead will eventually become.
Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. It's good from long range.
Can't give Ionescu any airspace from downtown. If you do, she'll torch you from there.
Pass to Horston. And here is Diggins Smith, covered by Ionescu. From the high post, Diggins Smith's shot is off.
A real defensive lapse there. She's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. They're lucky she didn't punish her there. They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show she's putting on this quarter.
Pass to Horston. And Jones pulls it down. Here's Burke, covered by Vivians. Jones left side. She's off on that one. Right side, Diggins Smith. Great D that time from Sabrina Ionescu. Pass to Burke. Back to Ionescu. With one on the clock. Oh, no good on the buzzer beater. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. And this one may already have been decided.
48.
It's the Liberty running away with this one. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments for our fourth quarter of basketball coming up next.
Well, I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
And with the accuracy to go along with that vision, she put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That is how you orchestrate.
And we're getting underway in the fourth quarter. That scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things can change. Now here's Samuelson.
Hey, one of the best basketball families around, the Samuelson.
All three sisters, incredible shooters. Katie Lou, a 6'3" sniper who won it all in college. Carly, an excellent WNBA player, who might be a better shooter. And Bonnie was a great college player as well.
Shooting two.
And she knocks down the first one.
From a basketball family, Katie Lou Samuelson's sister Carly has played with the Sparks. Her other sister Bonnie was a big-time college player. I can only imagine the games of horse those three had growing up.
She hits both from the stripe. Now here's Cloud. Pass to Sabali. Misses the layup. She had her with that pump fake, but couldn't make her pay.
She's had an off game, but her team has been able to pick up the slack and get it done here today.
I know it's fun to sit back and enjoy watching her operate. And guess what? That's what the D was doing too. Just sitting back and watching. Have to be more active.
And the basket by Ionescu.
What a scoring display we're seeing from Ionescu right now. Putting her expansive offensive skill set on full display.
Clark outside. Pass to Mule. The three drops in the tray.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Hits it from three-point range.
She's putting on a commanding performance here. She's now hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Now here's Mule. Back to Wheeler. It's rebounded by Sabali. And it's New York's ball. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. outside. Just 4 to shoot. Storm with the rebound. Pass to Wheeler. Mule with the ball. Clark outside. Now Wheeler. Tries again. Blocked.
The SWAT, Harrison, very engaged.
Mule. Well, it was only a matter of time. They finally get the bucket.
Here's New York now.
Pass to Davis. Harrison. Lets it go.
They get the rebound.
And she uses a glass on the layup.
And this is where Harrison should look to score. I like her being aggressive inside.
Samuelson, defended by Harrison.
Now here's Mule. That shot is good on the assist from Katie Lou Samuelson.
With the success they've been having from three-point range since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard looks a lot different soon.
You know, that's assuming they can continue their hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, you have to think they'll make a run.
Clock at 4. Davis, that's good.
Davis. Look how quick she was to bite on that pump fake. Left her feet way too soon.
Pass to Mule. Alicia Clark on the wing. Cloud with the steal. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Another turnover for them, but guys, really on the whole, when you look at this game, I think they've done a good job of running their offense without too many miscues.
Now Diggins-Smith. Down low. Ogumake. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Standing at 6'2", Wnba isn't a tree inside, but she is as good of a leaper as you'll see. That really helps her finish.
She is showing no signs of slowing down here.
Outside, Diggins-Smith. Pass to Ogumake. Here's Williams. And Jones pulls it down.
Bebish, forced in defending. Bebish, shot is off. Horston with it.
Now Diggins-Smith, covered by Ionescu. And Diggins-Smith gets it to go.
You love that. Leading by example. Tough hoop from Diggins-Smith. You just want that from your point guard.
Now here's Ionescu. Poked away. It's stolen by Ogumake.
And Horston gets the whistle that time.
That is her first foul of the game.
She's played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time she's turned it over so far.
And the Liberty with possession here. Ionescu up top.
That one falls, and a nice feed from Lainey Hamilton.
Since halftime, she's been on fire.
Pass to Ogumake.
Horston with it. And here's Mule.
And it's Seattle scoring again.
She's leading the way offensively. Can they ride her back into it?
Outside, Stewart. Jones with it.
Magmagor's there.
6 to shoot.
Here's Lainey Hamilton.
Misses the 3.
On an open look like that, she's just got a gift for making the weak coverage pay.
That's a surprising miss. She's almost always deadly when she's that open, even from way downtown.
Outside, Williams. Here's Mule. And again, Seattle with the triple.
Oh my goodness, she is really feeling it from three-point range now. All of a sudden, it seems like she just cannot miss.
Well, she wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Here's Ogumake. And good, as it snugs right down through the net.
Yeah, you love to see that offensive mindset from Ogumake. She's just constantly expanding her game.
Here's Jones. It falls for the 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
That pick wasn't ultra effective, but hey, it got her just enough room for the score.
Seattle calls timeout.
You have to respect how John Paul Jones has continually upped her game.
Well, she never seems satisfied with her game, does she? Even after she won Most Improved Player, she just kept working to get even better. And the results speak for themselves, as she eventually won League MVP.
And the play stops. Whistle on what looks like an illegal screen.
The idea of setting a screen on that play was a good idea, the right idea, but the execution was not.
Yeah, you really want to set a hard screen, but you also want to make sure it's a legal one.
That one falls, and a nice feed from Lainey Hamilton.
A shot that looks almost automatic for Ionescu, has total confidence in her shooting ability.
Pass to Ogwumike. Horston. Here's Williams. Tried to come right back with the 3 of her own, but it's no good. Outside, Lainey Hamilton. Now here is Stewart. She's covered by Ogwumike. Here's Ionescu. Ogwumike with the rebound. And it's the Storm with the ball. Right side, Diggins Smith. Over Ionescu. And too long on the shot. Man, they're in complete control.
Everything they're doing, it's been working out. Wow.
Pass to Lainey Hamilton.
Shoots over Williams.
Lainey Hamilton can't hit.
That's a shot she's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Horston, no good.
They can just sit on the ball here.
Enjoy it. They've earned the win.
No doubt. And it's good for 2.
Yeah, you know, contact can't slow Ionescu down. She sticks with her inside shot and finishes strong.
Pass to Horston.
They need this. And that one good. So New York takes this one by a big margin. The outcome of this one was never in doubt.
They were really putting out a supreme effort. It felt like once they had this significant lead, they were not going to let it go.
Thank you for coming out and supporting your team. Please drive home safely, and we hope to see you again at the next event.